hard.
Full speed. Ka-chow.
Ka-chow.
Ooh, we're in sync, Mirko. But let's take a look,
One
man.
of the sinks of all time.
Looking at the compositions, I think when it comes to a usual textbook team fight, textbook mutual objective contest, EVOS has a huge advantage. Rebellion will have to try and maneuver more, right? Maybe take the fight in weird timings or from weird angles if they really want to try and ruin the strategy that EVOS has crafted.
It looks tough. Counter Index also favors EVO's glory here. But here it is, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Battle of the Blue. Game number 1 as we jump into the land of Dawn. The White Tigers and the Blue Bulls go head to head. Let's see who comes out on top.
Here it is. Let's see if EVO's glory can climb back up, start a win streak for themselves, or will Rebellion stop them in their tracks with another new lineup to present, this time Captain Brands.
Look at the emblems though. I think Roger with a Purify. I'm not sure if we've seen it before. It's way low though. It's going very low.
Yeah,
that early game aggression from both teams is going to get really close in the past few matches we've been watching. But yes, Roger, aggressive, but with a Purify, he is recognizing the fact that he's going to be the main target for a lot of this crowd control from Rebellion.
Yeah. First game, Skylar, Roger was Purified too. So they are in sync. Brands and Skylar.
The other side of the game though, Emblems by GamesMax, shows that Moai will not have the Master Assassin, so he is going for a bit more defensive of a playstyle. Whereas Audi is going to go for the roams, and Suelo with the utility. It's pretty standard from the side of Rebellion, nothing too crazy just yet.
I think Moai is just trying to handle that lane as much as he can. It looks like he's already being pressured by Brands. And in the mid lane, Annabelle looking to get something out of the trade, still just clearing. And both teams are going to be looking for trades over the map.
Especially in the mid lane though, I feel like it's going to favor Rebellion just a bit more, because the Minotaur can help with the clearing, but the Ruby is a lot more aggressive, right? So when both duos in the mid lane are not visible, then Rebellion will have a bit more pressure to play around with, whereas the Minotaur has one single knockout that's not very long, and it's pretty safe for the members of Rebellion to really overextend unless a huge follow-up comes in from the jungler. But now with everyone reaching level 4, when it comes to the first initial engagement, I feel like Rebellion has a bit more aggression built in.
Yeah, and the trade instantly there. Rebellion go for the turtle, and Annabelle knew that they would not have the right setup. Dreams, though, going to be caught in the Eternal Guard, forced to flicker out. Just a trade, a purple buff for the turtle, definitely still in favor of Rebellion Esports.
This is a arguably very low conflict game so far, right? Both teams have just been farming up, looking for the objective trades. Like you mentioned, it was Rebellion Esports to be able to get the turtle, but Annabelle was able to get a small trade in return. Wow, how? This is a very different EVOS.
Usually we see teams really double down, but oh, look at that play!
Just as you say it, Eterna might not be a different EVOS.
Oh.
But Vincent spits him out the wrong way. Annabelle retreat to... Actually, wow, it's actually Vincent who wins that out. I thought with the level up from Annabelle, he got it. But it's Rebellion who's still winning it out in these retreat battles too.
Bit of aggression out of nowhere. But yes, it's very low action game, and EVOs are doing a good job going for the trades here, knowing that when the full-on fight with a lot of skirmishes, especially before they get the 5-man combo, it's going to be a bit difficult, but Cars here taking some aggression, but Dreams
still in the bottom lane, very low. Moai picks the kill up. First blood over to the Blue Bulls. Presented to you by Samsung Galaxy. Brands will just clear and shove that lane in the bottom lane.
That's first blood in 4 minutes. That's not something that we see quite often here at MPL ID when everyone loves to go for these team fights. But that will help Moai in that gold lane, seeing as Brands kind of had more of an advantage in the lane.
I think it's a smart move for EVOs though, to put all their attention in the EXP lane. We talked earlier about a full team fight being in favor of EVOs and Rebellion having the split push potential. If they can shut down Cars early on here and put him really far behind, they will have an easier time. But Dreams, once again.
Oh, howdy. I'm offended over to Dreams. Still has the healing, Fluffy. Good zoning back towards the Rebellion members. Annabelle, one level ahead.
They're not going for it. with Annabelle having a level ahead, do EVOS want to go for the 50-50 contest finally? Or are they going to look for something else?
I think this is the issue here. They're gonna go and they won't go for a head-on fight. They're gonna find ways to make it unequal.
This Fury and a flicker into the back with the Astral Echo too. Vincent not ready. The Detona's welcome was actually used up, but he still got picked up. And EVOS will strike now with a turtle take. Brands versus Moai will stacked on. Moai wins out the trade. Gets a bit of gold from. Ooh, the recalls too. Moai, okay.
Confidence! And it takes confidence to go head-to-head against one of the most famous Indonesian gold laners, right? Brands has been the king of marksman for quite some time, but meanwhile...
Suelo will not be able to breathe. Not there, at least. Annabelle assassinates him. The mid-game kill pressure of the Nolan.
It's the Nolan and also the Novaria. Remember, huge burst damage, less quote-unquote DPS in a long drawn-out team fight. So here is where Rebellion needs to understand that the guy in the front, at least, needs to be somewhat durable, needs to be able to be rescued by the rest of the members. Especially for Suelo, with both the damage and the crowd control that he can bring, he needs to stay far, far back, and he can't be face-checking these bushes, man.
But what do you think about the grand idea of this? If both of these teams play exactly the way that they do right now, just being very patient, going in for objectives instead, who does it favor? Or is it an equal and just a game of execution later on?
I feel like in a way, it really favors Rebellion due to the late game, but ooh, Audi.
Very low. Dreams, Minions Fury. Defensively, not connecting to anyone. Moai goes for the turret. Not able to siege it down completely, but is able to take it very, very low. Rebellion are very low too. They have to recall. Audi in the bush though. Not spotted out. Dreams getting chunked again. Audi getting shot down once more. Fluffy, last insanity to the back. Audi will be able to flicker out. Fluffy's chasing him under the turret now against Moai. Dreams hammers him down. Audi's still alive, but Fluffy burns him to the ground. And now he's all alone in enemy lines. Behind enemy lines still. Vincent able to find a trade, but it is a net positive for EVOS Glory, who are on the tier 2 cars. They catch him in the rotation, stopping him from going to Brands and clearing the wave.
That was a 1-for-2 trade, and EVOS get the turtle.
And that's a golden staff completed for Brands after that whole sequence. So ramping up on the DPS department, EVOS is doing a great job with the maneuvers here. Always outplaying Rebellion, not in the micro teamfight department, but in the movement, in the strategy, right? This is what you want to see from a team that's so well known for taking games slow and bringing it to the late game. Looking at the items right here, Moai got taken out earlier, only the corrosion side, even with the steel leglets to try and mitigate some of that burst damage. But with Annabelle already with the Sea Halberd, I don't know if that's gonna impact the situation in any way.
And it looks like Roger is doing quite fine as well, getting into those power and item power spikes. Right now, EVOS looking for another neutral objective on the board, looking to get a grasp on that turret in the bottom side. I'm pretty sure Kars knows where he is. Brands needs to be careful here. And meanwhile, Fluffy going to be rotating towards his mid side, but why? Annabelle's there.
Ooh. Takes the long road towards the sway low! Gets taken out. Annabelle, the assassin on the Nolan.
The long con from Annabelle, staying there even when potential targets show themselves. That is what you can do when you're ahead. You can afford to just sit there and wait for the right moment. That's the second time Suelo has been assassinated, quite literally. For Rebellion, this means that they gotta be a bit more neat with their movement, man. They have to really start getting paranoid. You're seeing them group together as 4, as 5 now. And now Fluffy
still has the last insanity.
So we'll be exiting from that engagement. As the Lord comes up right here, you can see Rebellion just desperately, frantically scanning in the bushes, making sure that Annabelle doesn't surprise them once again.
This is a level 14 Annabelle compared to Vincent at level 12. That's a 2-level difference. Do Rebellion really want to go for the contest here? That 50-50, it looks really risky. HowdyTZ actually misses the I'm Offended as well. And Fluffy is still going to be able to harass the other frontline members from the side of Rebellion.
I think they can't really fight it. Again, they have to try and get an advantage before that. Cars earlier was in a right interesting spot, but Vincent now stuck alone actually.
Melted down by Fluffy too. He's not too fluffy this game. Faraga armor still there too. Oh, gets melted down. Eternal Guard used up? No, it was just the Curse Blast. There's a lot of damage. Cars poking him down as well. Good poke coming in from both these teams. Fluffy will have to regain that Faraga armor. Rebellion, Vincent, I don't think he can regain a Faraga armor himself. He has to regain that HP bar. And he has to rotate all the way up to go for the creeps in the jungle. EVOS Glory holding the lore down. Moai look for the position. RDTZ with 2-man, I'm offended into a knockout. Straight with his Fury with a flicker. Doesn't connect to the back. Vincent is able to use the death to his welcome. Moai picks up one. Audi though. It's taken out by Brands, who dives in on the Roger. Moai low, Astro Meteor getting him low. Brands now Lycan form, and Lycan pounds in the bottom lane, scratching them down. And Clockhood is there too. One last shot from Clockhood to take Swalo down 4-1.
That was a big loss for Rebellion Esports. Like, they already knew that they couldn't go for the contest. They were caught super low already, looking for a way to regain their HP, and yet they still went in for that Hail Mary play, and it was late already, and EVOS Glory just picked up all the advantage there.
They didn't get to fight the way they wanted, like a proper front to back. They still allowed the backline to be dove on by Clockhood, by Brands and Annabelle. So now that they're going to be stuck in the base, potentially here, if they take out all of these second turrets, then maybe Rebellion can get a better fight. But right now it's looking bleak. Look at Cars almost in one shot.
That's ridiculous. That's some ridiculous damage. That's a fighter.
That shouldn't be happening, for sure. But the siege from EVOS is decent. They have good poke damage, and they have a marksman with decent range as well in the Roger. But the difference is they can't really go for anything too crazy.
Sieging it down slowly but surely, trying to use the Astral Echo too, but Rebellion are able to keep the tier 2 in the mid lane alive for now. Very low though, EVOS could just brute force this. Vincent's doing a good job at clearing it though. Seems like they want to look for an angle. Brands just needs to hit it 3 times. And he does. Gets the turret, the brute force turret take.
7,000 gold lead already for EVOS Glory, ladies and gentlemen. 12 minutes in. It looks like they do want to climb their way on top of the standings. They're sick of being number 9 on the standings. They're sick of being looked at in that way. They're trying to prove something here. And this is domination by EVOS Glory right now on Rebellion. They're losing in the macro department here. It feels like EVOS, they're able to outsmart every time Rebellion want to go for a particular decision.
Right, it's almost like they're always in the right place at the right time, every single time in these fights, in these skirmishes. And to make things worse, when it's in this long-range siege situation, first of all, EVOS have the Astrosphere for poke damage, but they also have a Minotaur that can sustain. So even like earlier, when both teams are trading that damage in equally, EVOS will eventually come out on top. Now with the Lord back up, we'll have to see what they both go for. Audi has the Athena shield, so he's a bit more durable. Cars has a Heptasies, but he won't be anywhere close to this fight.
And you know, I think one of the other things that Rebellion has an advantage of over EVOS, EVOS over Rebellion is, oh, wait a minute, Fluffy.
He has the Frog armor, it's all good. Still has it intact too. It's a bit more Eternal Guard used up.
Already.
Oh,
Cleared equally fast.
not even, yeah, it was about to get cleared, right? Then he pulled it back. He's like, no, not my guard, no.
And here it is, another Lord dance for both of these teams. Back to that point, right? EVOS has so much visibility that I feel like Rebellion is lacking. So every time they want to go in for these fights, oh, but wait a minute. I don't know, does EVOS know that Kars is there? Are they looking for a backdoor play?
I don't think EVOS Glory really care about Cars being in that position. But what they need to care about is that very slow push in the bottom lane. That is going to build up quite massive to a push that can actually threaten a turret take. Fluffy, Frog Armor, already forced to flicker out, Minion Fury to the back, and Fluffy in last Insanity. Vincent dead to this welcome, Cars in the mid lane trying to shove it in, but Nolan is there to catch him, so he can't even go for a trade onto the turret. The jungler and the roamer for Rebellion taken down for nothing in return.
That's a 2-4-0 trade again for the White Tigers, ladies and gentlemen. And that's going to be a free Lord in the 14th, almost 15th minute of the game. And back to that point, right? Every time Rebellion want to go for a particular decision, EVOS Glory understand it, they know it, and they take advantage of it. They go for the team fight, understanding that Cars might be going for that mid lane, but Nolan is already on standby, so they absolutely get nothing in return of that play.
And Rebellion just seem that like they don't have a counter to the counter, right? If they go with the strategy A and EVOS go B, they don't have a C
Exactly,
prepared.
yeah.
And that is why they're just always one step behind. Even the slow push in the bottom lane, that was great if they're going to go for a long Lord Dance. But the fact that they didn't means that more minions just gets taken out and no one got the gold from it. At a 10k gold lead right here. Oh, holy crystal! Finished by Klokun. This is looking bleak, man. One or two missed positions from Sway Low or Moai will get them taken out instantly.
Up top, 1v1. Keto trying to clear out the wave. Nolan's trying to chase him down. Meanwhile, bottom lane as well. Lord charging in, and I'm offended onto Fluffy, who loses the Frog Armor, but that's it. So burning down, Vincent, Detson is welcome. Onto the Minotaur. No Nolan, but he still gets shredded by Brands. Not even with Lycan form, he's just using his pistol, man. Moai clearing out the Lord in the bottom lane, mid lane as well. Ooh, base sort of taken down. Fluffy, Immortality. It's one of the HP bars that they need to deal with. Moai getting chunked again by the Astral Spear, shot down by Klokun, and all three base turrets have been taken down with the second Lord of the game. Rebellion only turtling in their base! And Klokun, massive pick, Cars, a knockout punch to Klokun in the back right as he pops into Astral Recall, but now he gets chased by Brands, the Transformer, going to Dino form. Cars, just gets gunned down in the bottom lane.
Deleted there and then. That was an unfortunate flicker by Klokun. I think he wanted to utilize a flicker to get out of there, and it should have worked, but he kind of flickered to the wall.
Split-second situation, but that's
It's
what
okay.
Cars was looking for the whole time. With the Heptases, he was looking for a pickoff. He has a Malefic Roar and a Hunter Strike. The reason why Bruns was able to just shred him down so quickly is because he only has the Dreadnought armor on the Paquito. So that's just why against the Nolan even, he's just a lot squishier than you would expect. Because he is not here as a fighter, as a frontline. He's here as an assassin without space. While being revealed by Klokun on the Novaria. This is why the situation is so difficult. It's a 12k gold lead, and it might just extend to one of the biggest leads we've seen in MPL ID.
What's our record? 15?
18k.
18k.
On it.
Okay, well, it looks like EVOS are on the way. I'm not really sure if they're gonna even get to that point, seeing as how
Top 5
far
maybe?
behind
Top
Rebellion is right now. And again, the Lord is already in the Land of Dawn once again. I'm pretty sure Vincent cannot go for the contest. Look how much damage he's receiving, even by the Nolan. But Rebellion, they're not going down without a fight. They're planning something here. 3 members there in that bottom bush in the river.
See, normally, I feel like the slow push works, but now they don't have time to play with. Do you think Paquito should just split push in the side lane? Because right now it does feel like Rebellion are just waiting for their demise.
I feel like whichever they go for, they should make the call a bit earlier. Now everything done, Fluffy goes in.
They don't make a decision, they instead just follow through with EVOS. Whatever EVOS want to do, they react to it, and they get punished for it. Fluffy blows the Dino up, just like that meteor. You know,
And
the one that,
that's-
you know...
Yeah.
Some history lesson from
Thank you,
Mirko right
thank
here.
you.
With the Lord coming in, Vincent on 30 seconds, even with him up, Rebellion has to go for something crazy here, like a 4-man flicker play onto Brands or something, because otherwise, this is it, man. Lord coming in, reductions available.
Annabelle, Swalo forced to flicker out the lethal ignition, taking down Animality, gets 2 members up, but Dreams gets 2-2! Is the hammer down as Cars tries to box him up, but only finds the Minotaur! Roger. on the base.
The White Tigers strike first in this best of 3 series.